Hello and welcome back to Kerno EXP, and we are here with
David.
Hello David.
Yep.
How you doing, mate?
Right.
Excellent. So we're going for a drive tonight, folks. A little bit change in the plan because we couldn't set up the mobile HQ because of this wet and the wind, and the place where we was going to do it was going to be quite wet, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
So we're heading towards Porthtowan area to have a little nosy, and then we're heading to Portreath and beyond.
Yeah.
Aren't we, Dave?
Yep.
So the weather has certainly taken a change for the worst. It's not great at the moment, but we know that we've got to bring you some videos. So we're out tonight on a drive.
The Cornwall.
Yep, Kerno Mobile number 1. This is what this one is. We will have Kerno Mobile number 2 before too long, which will be very handy indeed.
So do you want to go straight on or?
No, I think if we go left,
Yeah.
and then down Portreath Road,
Yeah.
and then at
Oh yeah.
Cambrose,
Yeah.
yeah. I think Matey there's going that way too,
Yeah.
isn't he? If you want to, if you're happy doing
Way
that.
to the right.
Yep. So this is down at the town mill, folks. This was the mill at Redroof where they used to manufacture things back in Victorian times.
I think it's still owned by a certain person.
Clear on the left. Yeah, I'm sure I've met the owner.
Yeah. I think if it is still owned by the same person, my younger brother
Yeah,
Michael used to go to school with him.
Well, there used to be a house here,
Yeah.
and these buildings on the left is where I had my first ever job. This was a place called Lifelike, where they used to make garden ornaments and what have you.
Yeah.
And that building there was called Linda's House.
Yeah.
And they emigrated to Canada, I believe.
Yeah. We're just going underneath the flyover, which is
A30.
Yeah, but there is some bad. That's a certain spot for people who want to end their lives, don't they?
Yeah, that's happened quite a few times, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good. So this is the new Portreath Road, folks. And you won't believe this, but just to the left of us, there is a water system that used to power the stamps down at Tolga's Tin.
Also down here is a what was it? Peugeot Citroen Renault spares.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so if you've got a Peugeot or a Citroen,
Yeah.
you can get spares from there. Do you believe it's still open, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, if you when you go past here, you look in the woods.
Quite a famous
The trees.
skip hire there as well as Beaumar.
Yeah.
And yeah, so my great granddad used to work down at Tolga's Tin here.
Yeah.
And by the mill we just crossed, my gran was born there in 1928.
Yeah. We're coming
Rest her
up
soul.
to
Cornish Gold. wasn't it?
Cornish Gold. Yeah.
Yeah. Formerly Tolga's Tin site.
Yeah. My dad worked there once.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He was
Well, my great granddad used to
on
work
the
here.
shifting. What's it? The shifting bed thing with the.
The shaking tables.
Yeah, shaking table.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be
Bloody
on that.
hell.
You could
I
have
didn't know
gone.
that.
Could have gone down underground. But
Yeah,
he
there
don't-
was a shaft there.
He didn't
underneath
want
there.
to.
Do you remember that, Dave? The
Yeah.
wooden headgear there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was off to go underground, but he didn't want
You
to. do
didn't
it.
want to do that, no? Fair enough. Yeah, so
Then
that
you
is
got-
pretty much the most complete tin works in
On the
Cornwall.
right, another very famous thing that a few years ago, the track.
Yeah, it's still out there and
Yeah,
active, isn't it? I used to
mountain
live there, Parkerizzi, folks.
It's a mountain bike track, isn't it? Bike track.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And there's a hydro pool there as well.
Is there?
Yep.
Oh, shit, I didn't know
I think it's warm water, warm seawater.
that. All right.
I think that's what it done.
Used to be a coal yard there, but now it's Amazon Logistics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to that coal yard. Is it just gone then? That's it?
Gone. Yeah, it's all Amazon
Yeah, I
there.
thought it was. Yeah. So in front of us we've got luxury cabins for visitors to the county. Quite controversial, that site,
Yeah.
isn't it, David? For various reasons.
That's the former RAF campsite.
It is, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That's
Right,
the-
boy.
That's the former
Right,
RAF
boy.
campsite. Nice to know that.
Yeah, we've had a look there.
That's where my dad grew up when he was
It
a
is
kid.
indeed, yeah. Yeah, we went right to where David's dad and gran used to live, and we found a certain thing which you was told it was there, and it was there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
God, these cars sound weird in the wet.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh. So this is Cambrose, and a small little hamlet, I guess.
Yep.
And yeah, probably a farming community back in the day. What do you reckon,
Yeah.
mate? Yeah.
Turn that down. A bit warm.
Yeah. So there used to be a museum down by the end of this road. I'm sure a lot of people would know if you lived at North Country back in the 80s. He used to own a couple of traction engines, old farming machinery. I forget the name now, but I'm sure if you live locally, you'll know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And the guy passed away a few years ago, and everything was sold on, which is so sad, like, you know. I remember going there back in the 80s with my mum and sister and having a look around, like, you know. So now, these days, there is a cycle hire business just up here, and I forget the name of it now, but I think it's coast to coast cycle hire. So if you fancy cycling along the Portreath to Devon tram line, you can rent a bike in there, and over at Bike Chain as well, down at Bizzo. We know Ricky quite well, so Ricky's alright. So a big shout out to Bike Chain. Oh yeah. Now me and Adam did some research not so long back, and we discovered that there was a Spitfire that crashed just up in the field above us here now.
Oh, yeah.
We tried to gain access via asking permission, but the landowner was having none of it.
No.
Yeah. So we couldn't gain access to the site, which is a bit of a shame, really, because that would have been quite nice to pay our respects to the pilot. So back in the day, folks, obviously we used to go to Portreath, which we're going to go next. But we also used to go to porthtowan as well, but it was mostly Portreath. What about you, mate? Did you go Portreath?
We were at Portreath. My cousin boy David used to take me and Shane and my brother Michael to swimming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was that at Portreath?
Yeah.
Did you ever go porthtowan?
I think we did go, but
we didn't go.
When we had a vehicle, we caught the bus or whatever.
Yeah.
But going with my cousin, we used to walk.
Used to walk, yeah. We
all
used
the way
to
down
walk
back again.
North Country, like, yeah. Now, my uncle, what he used to do, because obviously my grandparents and that are from St Day, and the most localist beach from St Day is actually Porthtowan. And every summer we used to like kind of late 90s, early 2000s, go down to Porthtowan to swim, like. But every so often you get like weird stuff floating in the water.
Yeah.
There's a sewage outlet down there.
Yeah.
Which is not very good.
So much has changed here, don't I?
Oh yeah, all these new buildings and that.
Yeah, it's a shame, really.
It is really, yeah. Nothing stays the same forever, mate, unfortunately. There's a new build down here, look. See it there? I don't know how they get planning permission, do you?
It's the council, the government, and things relax. They go on to us about how we got to be a bit more green, nature and stuff like that, but how can we build on green sites?
Well, that's just it, because that was a greenfield site back there.
Yeah. Which way do you want to go?
Just down and around to the right.
Yeah.
Do you want to turn into Porthtowan and just go down and then pack it again?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm actually physically been in Porthtowan for ages, to be fair.
I haven't, no.
Right, so it's just down here on the left, look. Coming up to it. I'm David Satnav, folks.
Yeah.
Here we go, coming up to it on the left now.
If you're hearing clanking, folks,
here you go, Dave.
It's just my car needs a bit of TLC.
Yeah, we're due to address that real soon now.
Yeah.
Because we all club together to help David, folks, and obviously if I need stuff doing, David helps me and Cookie too. So it's nice when you help each other out. So we're going to be doing that real soon. Might, with David's permission, film that.
Yeah.
If you want.
I'm foreman.
You're foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the gaffer and Cookie's a gaffer.
Yeah. You're wrench monkeys.
I don't know. Spanner monkey.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the last time I came down there. You could probably go in the car park down there and turn around and come back out.
What, down back further?
If you want to.
Yeah.
But make sure there's no AMPR, mate, so don't get your fucking number. Pardon my language.
Long stay.
Make sure they don't. If there's a camera in there, don't do it because it ain't worth it. Just go up to the old pound, whatever they call it. The ghetto, isn't it? It used to be the ghetto up there years ago.
Where is it?
Just here on the right.
On the right here?
Yeah, just go up there and turn around up there. Don't go in that car park because it could be AMPR.
Yeah.
And they'll. That's a top tip, folks. If you're not sure about car parks, don't go in it because quite a few of them have AMPR, which is automatic number plate recognition, and they'll clock you, and you'll have to pay, which is a bit of a piss take. You could turn here, mate, but if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. There's nothing behind you or anything. Should be all good. Right, we're all good, folks. So we're just checking it all out. Just checking it all out. Old boys on the road there, look.
Yeah.
He's on camera now. He's famous, look. Play hey.
Yeah.
I think it's clear on the left here. Yeah, right on. Oh, he's having a piss or something. Oh well, never mind. So that's Porthtowan, folks. So that engine house over there, that never had an engine in it. That was built for Lushington Mine, but it never ever had an engine put in it, David. Ever. Wheel Lushington. There's actually a beer named that now as well. It's quite nice. That's quite a nice little
Maybe
camper,
what we need to do one
one
day.
of those, Dave.
Yeah.
Something like that.
What we need to do one day is we'll come here, the whole crew, we park up there, pay for the parking.
Yeah.
We'll go on the beach with Peggy.
Yeah, barbecue.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
Right, okay. All is good. So this is a big mining area. Now me, David and Chris have been underground around here. I can't tell you exactly where, but we've been about 200 metres underground, haven't we?
Yeah.
Around here. And I think we're due to be doing that before too long.
Yeah.
Once the weather slightly improves again.
Once Crookie's knees bad.
There's a car coming in front of us, but you're alright, you're okay.
And me, Sophie can watch you from up
yeah,
above.
make sure his knee's good and that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start heading towards Portreath now. But that's an arm and a leg job.
Yeah.
So it's the next right. So be careful this junction because cars do tend to just go mad around here.
Boss has had both had flats down here.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, clear on the left. Clear on the left. Clear.
Let's go back.
Right, there we go. So that's Porthtowan, folks. So our next port of call is Portreath. Now, like me and David said earlier, Portreath is where we used to spend quite a bit of our time as youngsters back in the 80s stroke early 90s. And of course, if you've been watching for a long time, I have done a lot of flying the drone down here and so on and so forth. So it is quite an interesting place. Quite a famous place too, because it was the import of Welsh steam coal. Now, the reason why we imported Welsh steam coal is it burns very hot. Steam engines, they liked a nice hot burning fire, so that's why we imported Welsh steam coal for the pumping engines, the winding engines and the stamps engines, and for traction engines and so on and so forth. And if you were to stop and basically get into the harbour when it's a low tide and you dig down a couple of inches, you'll come to a black layer. That's all the coal dust that's blown in the yard, or in the where the harbour is. Not everyone knows that. Now, what it is famous for is right at the end of the harbour, it does get quite stinky, doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah.
That's all the seaweed that washes in, and it's always been the case that it smells like really bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what farmers used to do with that years ago? They used to harvest that,
yeah,
and they would spread it on their fields.
Yeah. Good free manure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's what we call green.
It is great, yeah, and it works.
Yeah.
It does work. Yeah. Of course, Portreath Harbour was actually connected to the Great Western Railway. It's quite a big of a bend here, actually.
Yeah.
And they used to have an inclined plane railway system there, folks, and it was, I think it was gravity fed, so the full wagons would go up, they'd be wound up by a little steam engine at the top, little winder, and the empty wagons would come down over gravity. And it was like that until, I think it was the late 1940s when the track was actually finally ripped up. But we have done quite a bit of flying around there, and we haven't actually walked along the track bed because that's a bit naughty because it's actually owned now, and so we won't do that because I think I might know one of the owners of part of that there track, so we won't want to pee them off a bit, like, you know.
We could always ask.
Well, yeah, I can ask because where I work to,
yeah,
the guy who owns it works where I work to.
Yeah.
So I can ask him permission. So that would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's always best to get permission
Well,
if you can, folks.
We are thinking about trying to ask permission at places to do paranormal.
Yes.
And visit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think permission is. It's always the best road. I know sometimes it's not always possible, and we know the law regarding civil trespass and what have you. So the thing is, you know, we have had confrontation, haven't we, mate?
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll get it again as well, but we try to avoid it if we can. But sometimes it's not always possible. So there used to be anti-tank across this road here because they utilised the blocks in the river, so I was told. Quite interesting. So in a moment, folks, we'll be going past a lot of World War II buildings, which was the area where they used to... right, it's clear on the left, mate. Today it's utilised for industrial units and what have you, but back in the day, all these buildings down here in a moment were part of the WAF site, I believe, and it was the logistics of RAF Portreath. Now, not everyone realises that these buildings are actually connected to RAF Portreath.
We just passed the
WAF camp, yeah. And of course, the reason why they're outside of the airfield is just in case they were to get bombed by the Luftwaffe. So if you look onto the right now, folks, these are original World War II buildings that you can see, and yeah, it's quite interesting. I don't know if the tool shop is still there or no, but it was all in those buildings there on the right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all World War II buildings we just passed there, folks. You can probably see why they've hid it down here because it's in a valley.
Yeah.
And they tried to avoid it being bombed, basically.
We're in Bridge.
Yeah, Bridge. Quite a nice pub down here. Have you ever been in the pub?
No, down here I don't think I have.
No, I have. Not for a long time, though. I think I know the owner. I think he's an Irish chap.
Very familiar site we see all the time, Bridge Garage.
Yeah, well, you see this garage here? This is the last place where I had somebody come up and fill my bike up for me.
Yeah.
You know, you ever had that done down there?
No.
No? They used to come and fill it up for you, Dave. Like they used to years ago. Yeah. So the bridge, at Bridge is there on the left, which we're now going by. So I think somebody might have bought this old institute building here.
Yeah.
Because have you noticed that it's got fencing up there and that?
Yeah.
It's quite old, that one.
We're going past RAF Portreath.
Yeah, the entrance to RAF Portreath.
Which me and Mark went up when we was in the air cadets. We stayed the night.
We did indeed.
On the weekend.
Yeah, it was really cold up there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
That is still an active base.
Radar, isn't it?
Radar base, yeah.
Yeah. That during the war, folks, that station was really, really busy. Now, I did find some archive video of that, and I think Adam pointed it out to me, and it's just amazing the amount of aircraft that were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's quite a few Bristol aircraft, Bristol Blenheim and Beauforts and what have you. and the obviously Spitfire and Hurricanes. I think there might have been a Lancaster there at one time, and I think there was for a very short time B-17 Flying Fortress Americans.
Right, we're going past Portreath School.
We will be,
Junior
yeah.
School, so.
Yeah.
Which is very famous for my dad. When he was alive, he escaped through one of the windows.
Did he?
Yep.
Lord.
Point the window
So he would have walked down from up the road there, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Would he have walked on the old tram line, Dave?
Probably.
Yeah, I expect so.
I probably could ask as my auntie.
Yeah, you'd have to ask her that. So we've got a pumping station on the left there, folks. There is actually a sewage outlet which goes from here underground right out to the north coast. And we have actually flown the drone over there, and water is gushing out.